Oceans are vast and unknown territories of our world, but it's fair to say that jungle are equally strange and obscure. They're dangerous and full of surprises. In this video, we'd like to talk about 10 most incredible jungle discoveries and findings from around the world. So without further ado, let's begin. Government sends small drones equipped with cameras all across the Amazon rainforest to put previously undiscovered areas on the map. One of those drones spotted indigenous tribes people. The loud drone scared them so much that they started throwing arrows at it. You will never find Rafflesia arnoldi in a casual florist shop. There are actually a few reasons why it can only be found in the jungle. First of all, it's huge, usually about a meter in diameter, which is why it's very difficult to cultivate those in artificial conditions. Second of all, it's probably the smelliest flower on the planet. It reeks with rotting flesh, and often people call it the corpse flower. So this terrible smell repels people, but at the same time flies are very much attracted by it and they pollinate the flower. When Spanish conquistadors were searching for gold in the Peruvian jungle, they had a very common problem with venomous snakes, lack of food, and as the rumor suggests, crazy hot boiling water. And though maybe it sounds a lot like a myth of the local shamans, geoscientist Andres Russo actually managed to find this so-called boiling water in the distant jungle of Mayantuanchu. Russo says that small mammals, reptiles, or amphibians regularly fall and are boiled alive in that water. And what makes that river so hot remains a mystery till this day. In the 1930s, many banana growers came to Costa Rica to use the beneficial climate conditions to grow tasty fruits. When they cleared out the area, they found something truly extraordinary, some huge sphere stones clearly carved by man. There were large stones as well as tiny ones. Most of them were about 2 meters in diameter. They also found some structures which weighed up to 16 tons. Now those sculptures are regarded as historical artifacts. It is believed that they could have been made in the period between 300 and 1500 AD. Jungle is a wild and very dangerous place. It's all about survival at all costs. So you might be surprised to learn that a mind control technique is a widely used method that some species use in order to survive. So the cordyceps fungus has spores that it needs to spread around to survive. And the way it does that is most bizarre. It infects ants, taking over their minds, making them climb trees. After the spore emerges from an ant's head, it really looks like some sort of an alien. Rumor has it that in the distant past there was a city in Honduras full of treasures and riches. In the 1520s, Spanish conquistadors Hernán Cortés had a very strong desire to find the town. Since then, people were trying hard to find the so-called city of the monkey god. In the modern days, thanks to the new laser-based technology, people finally managed to map the lost city. They found pyramids and underground tunnels. Right now, archaeologists are trying to find out more about this city. American restorator David Talisher once was collecting old warplanes. One of the most interesting specimens in his collection was B-17. It's a Second World War plane that crashed in the jungle of Papua New Guinea. The plane disappeared out of sight while the jungle vegetation was slowly taking it over. But in the 1972, the swamp ghost was found and brought back to America. Y'all know about Tarzan, a visceral kid who was forced to learn means and ways of the jungle to survive. However, Tarzan is a fictional character, but Ho Van Lang on the other hand is real and has been living in the jungle for 41 years. After the rest of the family died during the Vietnam War, Ho's father took him to the jungle and they both stayed there. All this time they were wearing self-made clothes and learned how to hunt wild animals, but in 2013 they were forced to come back to the local village in search of medicine. Right now, Ho Van Lang is trying to get used to living in society. Okapi is a very unique animal that can be found in the jungle of Congo. They're also known as zebra giraffes. One quick glance at these creatures is enough to understand why people call them that. They're not as tall as giraffes, although they belong to the family of giraffes. They also have striped legs, just like zebras. For many years there was a rumor that this animal is some sort of an African unicorn, but sadly enough these species are almost entirely extinct. In the 1950s, in the Guatemalan jungle, a big stone statue was found and later forgotten about up until 1980s when Dr. Oscar Rafael Padilla Lara heard about it and went to find it. When he finally found the place, he noticed that the stone was partly destroyed. Turned out it was a handiwork of the anti-government rebels who used the statue as a sort of target to practice their shooting skills. It is believed that the sculpture has something to do with aliens, but this information was not confirmed. Alright guys, well thanks for watching the video. If you like it, press the like button. That's all for now, see you next time.